I said, I was a nurse for 13 years. I was a neonatal ICU nurse. I was the good girl that you guys love up until 35.
Nurses are red flags, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. That's a red flag for you. It's a projection. But I was a nurse.
It's okay.
What is it, like studied red flag?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did actually have a study for nurses. I thought you might find it interesting. So it is true that nurses do not have more sexual contacts than women not working their profession. Point for you, right? Mm-hmm. But more often betray their partners, up to 25% more often. Yep. And probably more than other women, so they have far more oral sex, 70% to 50%, anal sex, 31% to 18%. They're far more promiscuous across the board.
Okay. I've never cheated on somebody, actually. And I'm
we understand you may not have. We're just looking at why nurses would be a red flag or not.
Okay, I get that.
What was the first thing you noticed about me?
First thing I noticed.
Be honest. Completely honest, because your ick was honesty.
Am I real?
Is that important? Is that important?
No. It's just the first thing I noticed.
Your exact car right there.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
That one's way cooler than yours.
But he's got a hotter girlfriend than me, too.
You're saying that you wouldn't be with a single mother that's a millionaire?
It wouldn't be my first option, no.
You said a millionaire wouldn't want to be with a single mother that's a millionaire.
If he can go ahead and get a girl that doesn't have a child, he'll prefer that, yes. Men are very different than women, because when a guy comes into a woman's relationship, or a relationship with a woman and she has a child, he's going to be expected to take care of that child to a degree. You don't just get with that girl, you get with that girl and that child. And here's the other thing you got to remember. If we break up and I build a bond with that child, I now lose you and the child. And I can't have any type of parental rights to that child because it's your biological child, not mine. I'm a stepfather. So I lose you, the child, alimony, house, 50%. So it's an L for me. It's not worth the risk.
Get the fuck out! Thank you, sir. Do that again, I'll kick you out myself! Since you're making contact with me, could you identify your name and badge number?
I'm Officer Albie.
And your badge number, please?
I don't even know why you're here right now.
I asked you a direct question. Do you have your badge number on you?
And I asked you to leave because right now you're not allowed to be on our traffic stop.
Ma'am, if you're refusing to identify your badge number, it might result in a complaint with your department.
Okay, I understand that. My badge number is 639.
Thank you very much.
But I've asked you a question.
At this time, it's not consensual. Thank you.
You're on my traffic stop.
Ma'am, I'm an appropriate distance from your traffic stop. Please go back to work.
Okay, but if something were
Ma'am, go back to work. Go back to work.
Then that would fall in our department.
You're a liar. You're an idiot.
If you were to get harmed right now, how would that...
You're a idiot liar. Okay. Now do your job.
What's wrong with you? You're the reason. Get out of my face!
You came in my face. Bye!
No, I keep stepping back.
Now you're in my face. Bye!
No, it was not.
Bye! Get out of my face! Bye! Get out of my face!
You are what is wrong with the freaking world today. People like you are so disrespectful. Girl. Am I in your face?
Yes.
No, I'm not. You were in my face like
this.
Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, you said, right?
Correct, is a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? You know, cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, but maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word, so what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people
that describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
was to each their own. Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it different.
Okay, so you think you're a 10?
Yeah. I think I'm fucking gorgeous. I think I'm perfect.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. You're not
Please,
a 10.
lay it on me.
You're not a 10.
Okay, that's just your opinion.
I'm not going to rate you, but you're not a 10.
Okay, you don't have to rate me, and that's just your opinion.
Well, it is. Listen, look. 10s have modeling contracts.
Okay.
I guess here's my issue with people rating themselves as a 10. If you gas yourself up to the point where you have an inaccurate self-assessment of your physical attractiveness, you are going to be trying to command a partner that, quite frankly, you are not going to be able to lock down for long-term commitment. If I think, well, men and women are different, so I can be delusional, but it's not really going to help. Women can still sleep with men, but those men will never commit to them. So,
who says that I'm looking for commitment, though?
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, it's all.
Do you want kids one day?
No.
Do you want to have a life partner one day?
Maybe.
Do you prefer having relationships, or do you prefer just having a constant rotation of men?
I prefer to be single, and sometimes that includes a rotation of men, and sometimes that includes just me.
Okay, well, to each their own. However, I would say most women, generally speaking, they want to have, most women want to have kids and want to have a family. Not all women, certainly. And even women who don't, though, if you have an inaccurate self-assessment of your physical attractiveness, you're going to think that you deserve a certain caliber of man that you might be able to sleep with, maybe, but he's just not going to commit to you. And you're going to look at men that are actually your looks equivalent, and you're going to think you're settling for them, when in reality, that's your equivalent. And you're going to treat those guys like shit. Or you're just not going to even fuck with them to begin with.
Right.
Can you identify as a black person?
No,
Why?
because I'm not black.
I'm not a woman, but I can identify as a woman according to you.
If you transition, maybe.
What defines a transition?
If that's your goal, you know?
If you believe it.
Sure.
If you believe you're black, why aren't you black?
Well, that's just not, that's like genetics. That's like ancestry.
You're also born a man or a woman. It's the same thing. That's also genetics.
Okay, I'm over it.
Hey, the women that want to be masculine, fine. But you probably won't be able to successfully pair bond with an alpha man because that's alpha. Even if you alpha a little bit, would you want your alpha man to sometimes wear thongs? No, that's to you. You're like, no. Why would I want that? So why would a man want a woman that sometimes act like a man that display male traits? You would disarm and render any man docile and impliable and feeble. When you apply femininity and sexuality, that literally disarms us. We can't bypass it. It's something in us that do not allow us to bypass it. But if you come aggressive like a master, come on, what's up? I'm ready. Right. And you're not gonna out masculine me.
Most women don't realize that their femininity is far more powerful than them trying to overpower you, nag you, or yell at you. Ladies, your message will come across a lot more clearly, and you'll become closer to your man if you approach him from a soft place.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
If
some
your
point
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary?
They're
We're
not
excluding
men.
a whole group of people
They're women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an
The
example
science.
when we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely
They
different
are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept
things.
that distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
Men are pathetic and have low self-esteem, and as a female, if you ask them out or give them a compliment, like, you're making wonders for them. It makes
Well, yeah,
them
that's
special.
true, because most men never have the experience of a woman asking them out. So they'll probably remember that for the rest of his life, whereas most women get asked out so frequently they don't even remember it later that day.
It makes them feel special, and everyone wants to feel special. It's like, that's also why females like when men approach and they don't necessarily want to approach men, is because like it feels good. And also asking someone out is like extremely terrifying for a lot of people, especially men.
What you're saying is that women are privileged.
No, I would say.
Of course they are.
Okay, well, yes, but